What's up, everybody? This is Jeremy Ritz of Courage Pays Better Than Fear Trading, here with you, episode number 46 of the Traders Podcast. Excited to talk to you about the psychology of winning trades. You know, a lot of the time we focus on the losing side of trading because it is such a big part, but if we don't focus on where we want to go, the direction that we want to travel, which is towards profit, we're never going to get there. So in this episode, we're going to talk all about the psychology of winning here in episode number 46 of the Traders Podcast. Let's rock. First off, just want to say to everybody, thank you so much for subscribing to my YouTube channel, for liking the videos, for leaving comments, for sharing with your family and friends. It really does mean a lot to me. I love putting my knowledge out there for everyone to gain an insight and understanding that's going to benefit you in the market. So I just want to say thank you for all of that. And I do want to put out there that coming at the end of March, beginning of April, I don't have the specific date out there yet. I'm going to be having a major event. It's going to be a week-long event all about learning, trading, and investing. And that's going to be followed by another boot camp that's going to combine day trading, swing trading, active investing, and options trading. So you don't want to miss the details. Stay tuned. The next couple of episodes, I will have more information coming, but haven't done anything like it. We are stepping our game up here in 2025, so be on the lookout for that. But today, we're going to talk about the psychology of winning. And as I said at the beginning of the show, we often spend a lot of time talking about losing, how to handle losers, but we're going to talk about winning psychology. And remember, there's a quote from Tony Robbins where focus goes, energy flows. So if we're spending our time focusing on losing, fear of losing, the psychology of losing in trading, well, guess what's going to happen for us? We're going to get those losses. But if we can also direct that energy, redirect it from losing to focusing on winning, then we could head in the right direction for profits. So let's get into it. Let's focus on the psychology of winning. And it all starts with remembering this important point. The market doesn't care whether or not you win or you lose. So we have to eliminate that emotional component of it. And think about it. When we lose, we're feeling down, we're feeling dejected, we're upset sometimes. And on the flip side, when we win, we're ecstatic, we're enthusiastic, we're feeling good, we're on top of the world. But habits of effective traders, profitable traders, successful traders, win or lose, they don't react or they don't let their emotions to take hold of them. So if we look at that from the perspective of winning trades, sure, we win a trade, we're going to be happy about it, but we don't want to be so exuberant that we lose sight of our plan, we lose focus on our plan, and we deviate from our rules. So just as we must have objectivity when we are in a losing trade in terms of how we respond, we have to have that same objectivity in terms of a winning trade. And by all means, I'm not saying do not celebrate your wins, because you absolutely should, but you never want that to lead you down the road of being overconfident or thinking that you're somehow smarter than the market, because the market will humble you. And that's coming from someone speaking from experience. I often reference the time that I was up $115,000 on Netflix call options off of a $13,000 investment and dropped it all. Right now, that was early on in my trading career. I've since made changes to my plan to avoid that, but we have to avoid and prevent getting overconfident from a win. We have to maintain that balance in our trades, whether we win or we lose. And that's what elite level traders are able to do. And so when we talk about the mindset of winning traders, there are four things that I really want to focus on here today that your highly successful, high probability traders really make part of their repertoire. Number one, it's process over profits. It's all about the execution. You have a set of rules in your trading plan that you follow meticulously and to the fine detail day after day after day. I often tell traders that I work with that it should be almost boring when you're trading because you're going to do the same exact thing. And there's a Bruce Lee quote out there, and I know I've said this on the podcast before. And Lee said that I fear not the man who's practiced 10,000 kicks. I fear the man who's practiced one kick 10,000 times. And so we need to simplify our trading. We need to simplify that process and do it over and over and over. And that's going to lead us to being successful. So it's that process that we have to always be finely tuning, sharpening to help us be successful in the markets. But the other component of that is to remember we can't control the outcome. The only thing that we can do is manage our risk. And so we have to embrace the uncertainty of the markets. And that's what winning traders do. They know and they have the belief that markets are unpredictable. Just when you think that the market can't continue to go up, guess what it does? It just continues to rally. Palantir would be one of those tickers right now that's in that situation. But we're not about chasing that certainty because we know that the markets are going to do what they want to do. We just have to manage our risk. And that's where having rules in place for ourselves whenever we are in a winning trade. How do we lock in gains? How do we lock in partials? How do we move our stops to protect ourselves? What's the criteria for that? We have to have that in place before we trade so that we can be successful. And then we need to really emphasize the preparation part. Because in trading, it's about confidence and not your ego. You have to put your ego aside. And if you have a big ego and you're a trader, you are going to get wrecked. It doesn't matter. And here's the thing. Your confidence in trading is going to come from your preparation. How much time are you spending back trading? How much time are you taking to refine the rules in your trading plan? How much time are you taking to review the trades that you've won or review the trades that you've lost? When you do that, when you study, when you practice, when you prepare, and you do that over and over and over again, that's going to strengthen your confidence to be successful and to experience winning on a consistent basis. If you're not preparing, if you're not putting time into this, it's not going to work from you. And I've said this several times too. This is not a get rich quick scheme. You're not just going to get into the market and make $1 million right away. You have to work and work and work and work and work. That's what it takes. And then there's the component of consistency. Winning traders understand that it's about hitting base hits, right? If we use a baseball analogy, and this is a shout out to Rob Morrison, somebody that I worked with coaching a few years ago, and just a brilliant guy and tons of experience in the market. And he talked about this baseball analogy. And he said, I just try to hit singles. I try to get a base hit. I'm not looking to hit a triple. I'm not looking to hit a home run. And that's the component of consistency in trading. And this is where we can trip ourselves up. But this is where winners separate themselves from losers. They know that they're not always going to hit a home run every time they're up to bat. But if they can get a single, another single, another single, maybe they foul out, maybe they strike out, another single, eventually they're going to knock one out of the park. They're going to hit a home run. You're going to have a massive trade. But we have to focus on stacking the wood, as I call it, taking those little profits and staying in the game, protecting your capital so that you can hit that home run. And some of the other components that winning traders have in their mindset is they don't have a fear of losing. They know that losing is part of trading. And when you have that fear, you're going to be apprehensive to take the trade. And this, unfortunately, is going to create a negative feedback cycle where you're afraid, you're not going to be sure about the trade, you take it anyway, you lose, and then you think that you suck, and then you're not going to be sure if you should take the trade, you'll take it, you'll lose. And then eventually what potentially can happen is you just give up trading completely. So we cannot fear losing. And if you are having a strong fear of losing, more than likely the risk that you're putting on for each trade is entirely too much. So we want to eliminate that. Winning traders, their mindset also, and they have rules in place for this, there's no revenge trading. They're not letting emotions control their mindset when they trade. And what do I mean by revenge trading? We've all been there. I've been there. You lose on a trade. You say, damn it, I'm going to get this one. So you lose on a Tesla trade, and then you try to jump back in. Then you end up losing more. And then you say, I'm going to get it again. You get back in and lose more. You have to trust your plan. You cannot trade off of hope or what may happen. You have to trade based off of your rules. And winning traders also do this, because if you think about the nature of a trade, it's not just going to go straight to your target if you're bullish or straight to your target if you're bearish. It's not how it happens. The market's going to test you. It's going to retest. In a bullish move, you'll have a little pullback before it goes to target. The same thing when you're in a short. And this is where you're really going to see how resolute you can be in following your plan. If you can't stick to that plan, you're going to get out early, and then it's going to run, and then you're going to be beating yourself up. So you have to stick to the plan when the market tests you. And then finally, one of the most important things that winning traders have as part of their makeup is they are patient. Capital P-A-T-I-E-N-T, patient. They wait. They are selective before taking a trade. They're not just going to jump in and say, oh, this thing's running, I'm going to get in. And then when you do that, what happens? Reversal, bang, down, you get crushed. You have to get to the point where you're selective and you're not going to chase trades. And that is an ultimate trait of winning traders, is being patient, waiting for your criteria to be met, and then getting into the trade. So what are some things that you could do to develop your winning mindset? I've talked about this before, but journal your trades. Write about your mindset in the different trades that you've had, your winning trades, your losing trades. It's not just about your P&L, but how did you control your emotions in a particular trade? What did you do? What was your approach to that? Study that and see how that has benefited you or harmed you. And practice. Do daily mental programming and conditioning. Put yourself in a losing trade and talk through it. What would I do here? So when you're back trading and you're in a losing back trade, think about what those emotions are and present yourself with the question of, okay, how would I react here? And that's preparation. That gets you ready for being in the game. And develop a routine. Have a routine for your preparation, that you do all these things every day to not only grow your trading skill, but also to build that mindset. And when you're doing that consistently, that's what's going to build your confidence. And then the last part is, we talked about journaling your trades, but save your charts. Go back and look at your charts, see what worked, what didn't work, keep what works for you, eliminate what doesn't. And if you could do those things, you're going to develop the emotional mindset, the psychology of a winning trader, and you will become profitable. So remember, winning in trading starts up here. And I say this all the time. Successful traders are disciplined, they're not emotional, and they can follow a plan. If you are emotional and you can't follow a plan, trading is not for you. Remember, this is all mental. It's all about psychology. And so I'm going to give you an action step here after this episode. What I want you to do, I want you to write down your last 5 losing trades and identify the mental mistake in each one. What was it? And write down also, how can I overcome that the next time that I take a trade? And if you're brave enough, and I hope someone is out there, put in the comments, hey, here's a losing trade that I had. Here's the mental mistake that I made. And if you do that, there might be something waiting for you on the other side. Let's get some engagement, some communication. But that's going to do it for episode number 46 of the Traders Podcast. My gratitude and appreciation to all of you. I will see you back here for episode number 47. And remember, stay disciplined, stay focused, stay consistent. Develop that winning psychology. Become a profitable trader. If I can help you, let me know. CouragePaysBetter@gmail.com, and make it a phenomenal day. Take care, everyone.